So if we go over to your channel for just a bit, I've noticed that I scrolled back through your channel history. I've noticed you've experimented with a lot of different thumbnail styles.
Oh yeah.
So if we go all the way back to the start, you were using this blue background with some big text on it, and you had this. Where'd you even get that picture from? The picture yourself. That's something you made yourself,
I
or
made this myself. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I do. I try to do as much as I can myself
yeah,
because I don't want to afford the money to hire somebody or just buy some artworks somewhere. They are pretty expensive.
yeah, for sure.
So I try to play around with Affinity Designer. So that's the software I mainly use because it's pretty cheap but has everything that I need. And yeah, the thumbnails are that's really interesting. And I've not come to a consistent design where I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with the last ones I did. I first experimented with this blue background and those big font, this big text.
Mm-hmm.
So this was, and then I thought, well, this blue, I don't like this blue anymore, and I think that should look a bit more professional. Then I changed it and I put my face on those thumbnails. But that was pretty annoying after sometimes because you always need to make a picture of yourself.
I
And
know.
it's like
I've been experimenting with them myself, and trying to get a face that looks right. Like, there's some people like have you seen the Linux Gamer before?
no.
Okay, he uses basically the same face on every single thumbnail. So if you're going to do that, it's easy. But if you want to have a custom face for every single one, yeah, it gets annoying, especially when you can't get the picture looking the way you want it to look.
Yeah, exactly. I struggled a lot with this. So I've seen so many successful YouTubers. I actually watched a lot of successful YouTubers. I think I again desubscribed most of them. At the beginning, I tried to watch those big Linux YouTubers and see what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen so many thumbnails with faces, and I thought, well, this should be a good idea. So I probably should do this. And but you always need to come up with a new face because if you only shoot the same face, I also did that quite sometimes. It gets annoying and boring.
Oh then yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, for some of your live streams, you use the same face, didn't you?
Yeah, and then you want to do something special. You want to make something different, and you make some crazy memes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah,
yeah,
and that feels so stupid. I
can't do it. I'm just like, what?
So I stopped it, and I really, but I struggled because I thought, well, this is now my consistent style, and I moved on with this. And then one day my wife came and said, why are you putting your face on that? That looks stupid. And I said, okay, yeah, maybe I. And I thought, okay, yeah. I also thought about this, so maybe I should stop it and let's try to do something different. And then I came, well, this is also I stole this also by another YouTuber, but this idea is pretty interesting, and I absolutely love this to have this square around the thumbnail. And I experimented a lot with this. So one thing that actually helped me a lot was to for the next video I want to make, I do a search request on YouTube and took a screenshot of all the different thumbnails that are presenting. And I thought, okay, I need to make a thumbnail that is better than everything I see on this page. I need to make a thumbnail that the person, because if somebody, or if you want to get views on YouTube, you need to understand that most of the people watching your stuff are not your subscribers. So they don't actually know who you are. They don't know what you're doing. They just click on a thumbnail and on a title that's interesting. Yeah. And that's like, you can see it in the YouTube statistics. So I have like 90% views coming from people that don't subscribe me.
Wow, okay, so mine's nowhere near that high. Mine's at like 67% or so.
Really? Okay, that's pretty interesting because I've also watched a lot of how to grow on YouTube channels and so on. So I've tried to learn from these free resources, and most people actually say the most views are coming from people who don't subscribe you. So the 90% is actually not a bad number or something. It's somewhat it's I wouldn't say it's the default, because I'm still a beginner. I don't know how this stuff is working, but that's how I think about it. So most of the people are just seeing the title and the thumbnail. So I thought, well, I need to make a thumbnail that is better than everything else on this page. So I need to make people click on this. And I try to experiment with different things, with different text styles and so on. And one thing I realized is the text needs to be really big, because a lot of people are actually watching this stuff from mobile phones. And if you pick up your mobile phone and do a search request, you cannot read some of the text on my older thumbnails. They are too small. Then I thought, okay, this is pretty bad. So I need to make this text bigger.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I did. And then I thought, okay, maybe there's not enough space for my face. Maybe I should get rid of it and take a catchy logo or something like that is somehow related to the topic. Yeah. And this square I put around my thumbnails, that's pretty interesting, because this somehow makes the people want to click it because it stands out. And this has such a high impact. And that's pretty interesting. So that's also something I do. And
I don't think I've seen anyone else actually do that before. That's I think, obviously you said you found it from someone else, but I've never seen this. I've never seen it myself. So and I watch a lot of YouTube content, so that says something there.
Yeah, I think so. And that's like I tried to experiment with that, and I found out when I scrolled through these pages of all these thumbnails, and there is one with this square around this thumbnail, I want to click on this because this looks like a button. Yeah, so this is somehow manipulating your brain that you want to click on this. Yeah. Okay. If everybody's doing that, then it probably gets useless. But
maybe you're starting a new trend on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
After this comes out, everything that comes out on YouTube is just going to be this button, and everyone's going to have to go back to the old style, because it's going to the old style will now stand out.
I would be surprised by that. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, also with fashion. Yeah, people are wearing fashion that was popular in the 80s or 90s these days because they want to stand out.
You also got these. You've got a really nice color scheme going on with your thumbnails as well. Like you have the obviously the border, but then you also have I guess drop shadows for some of the things actually in the thumbnail as well. So all of that sort of binds together as a really nice looking thumbnail. Like everyone else seems to have way better thumbnails than I have. Like I've been experimenting with them, but I don't know. Everyone seems to somehow manage to get something that actually looks really good.
Well, I think your thumbnails are actually good. I don't think they're bad, because I think your thumbnails also stand out, because I like the text, the different colorings, but it's like it has a consistent look. So, and that is also pretty important, because every time I go through my videos and subscription list, I always see, when I see your thumbnail, okay, this is this is this guy. That's also pretty good, but it also stands out from other thumbnails. So I think it's not bad. Yeah, and but just keep experimenting. That's something that really helped me. To just not get lazy and try to recap what you do and try to experiment a lot. And I've seen also you started to put your face on some of these thumbnails.
A couple of them, because some of them seemed like they were a little bit empty. Like when I look at a piece of software and it doesn't have a logo, I'm not really sure what to put in that space, because I'll have the text and this big empty spot. And some people manage to make those work. Like if you go look at some of the gaming channels, they have some, I don't know how their thumbnails work, but you'll see like, here's a picture of a game with one word on it and it's 1 million views, and I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
There's something about the audience of that stuff that I'm sure it works for them.
Yeah, definitely. That's also something I try to put into these thumbnails, because I try to experiment with different fonts. And I came up with some more handwriting stuff. But then I thought about this. Well, it doesn't look professional, and my channel is how to become an IT professional. So probably that should somehow also look professional. Yeah. So I came up with a more cleaner font. So it definitely needs to fit for your audience, because if somebody is trying or searching for a video about HTTP protocols or something like this, he doesn't want to have a fancy thumbnail with somebody showing a crazy face and some bling bling colors. So he wants he wants to actually see, okay, maybe a screenshot of the software in the background, or a logo or something like this, somehow related, and to have a clear font with a good title. So it needs to fit to the audience. But I think you can put your face on some of the thumbnails, but not on all. So
I think if you
try to experiment.
I think that's the best way to go about doing it. That I think when what I said in a community post the other day was, if the topic of the video is about a piece of software, I will put like the logo of the software in there. But if it's about, say, here's my opinion on something, here's just something where it's more a focus on what I'm saying rather than here's the thing I'm demonstrating to you, in those cases, I think I'm a bit more of the focus of the video in that case. So it makes sense in those cases to actually include my face in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. That seems the right way. And I try to do this this way. So I have one thumbnail with a new style that shows my face because it's a channel trailer, and then it's about me. So I put my face on it. That's logical, I would say.